Hello, assalamu alaikum. Hope you're all well. Welcome back to Shanara Vlogs. This is from Eid, just this Eid gone. I know it's a bit late, but hey ho. And I was just doing some henna for my daughter. I really don't have the patience to do henna anymore, so I try and avoid it as much as possible. So yeah, it's just a quick little bit of what I did for her. And on Eid day, actually, we had quite a long day. We had a lot. I had a dawt at my house in the morning, then at my mum's, then went to my sister-in-law's. Didn't record any of the other half of the day, but when I got here, I thought I'll do a bit of recording because I didn't have to do anything myself. So yeah, she did quite a nice display for us, as she always does, with a lovely graze board or cheese board. And that's an egg custard tart there, or pudding as they call it in Bangladesh. And yeah, there's some stuff in that tray. I can't even remember what it was. This is just a closer look at the cheese board. And yeah, back at my house next day, and I'm just making these samosas. I got this pastry. I've not tried it before, so I'm going to try this today. I've actually never tried this one before. It looks quite nice. All the sheets are separated. They're not stuck together at all. Let's see how good it is for making samosas. So I'm going to start by just taking a few out. I don't want to take it all out because I don't want it to dry out. This is what it's like, close up. So it comes this size anyway, so you don't need to cut it. And the first sheet that I'm taking off, it's torn. Yeah, it's very brittle. It's really brittle. It's not easy to work with at all. And here I'm using a method that I learned off TikTok, where you don't have to make that glue paste for the samosas. You can just use water. So I thought I'll give that a try. Now the water is working absolutely fantastic. It sticks really well. It's not messy. It's quick, easy, fantastic. I give that 10 out of 10. So I made a few using that other pastry, but honestly, it just was not worth the time. It was so hard to work with. So I left it, and I had a little bit of pastry left from my spring roll pastry. This is so much easier to work with. It's soft. It's like, what is the word? But yeah, it's just so much easier to work with. You all know because you'll all have used this pastry. Sticks really well with the water as well. You might find though, when you stick it down with the water, it seems to be coming off a little bit, but as it dries, it sticks down. It was really good. But unfortunately, I had too much filling. I'd made enough filling thinking that I was going to be using the other pastry as well. But honestly, I just made a few and I gave up. I put the filling in a colander because any extra oil, it can just sort of drip down at the bottom. I've finished using the spring roll pastry. I didn't have much of it. And I'm going to make a few using some parathas. And I'm just going to leave them out to defrost for a bit, because if I start trying to use them now, they're just not going to work. But yeah, those are the ones that I made with the other pastry. I'm putting some of the mixture into a separate bowl so I can mix it with cheese. You can use as much cheese as you like. You can just use a little bit. You can use absolutely loads. It honestly doesn't matter. So I'm not measuring it. I've just grated a load of cheese. I'm going to mix it up, see how it looks. I'll add more if I need to. I'm definitely adding more because you won't be able to taste that cheese. So I'm just going to keep adding it till I'm happy with it. And then, to be fair, I ended up using all of it, all the cheese that I'd grated. I make these cheese paratha samosas quite a lot because they do really well at home. So I've always got them in the freezer. You can just put them in the air fryer, or you can put them in the oven, fry them in oil, whichever. We tend to do ours in the air fryer because it's just easier and it saves having to like heat the oil and everything. I think I've actually left my parathas out for too long. They're actually too soft now. See, if they get too soft, they're really hard to work with. You need them to be just right. If you find that they are too soft and you can't use them, you need to just put them back in the freezer for a few minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes, see how they are, and then try using them. I'm just gonna go ahead and use mine. I'm using my hands, but my hands are clean. I don't like using gloves. Of course, if you wash your hands really well, I think it's cleaner than using gloves, because those gloves do have chemicals on them as well. See, the beauty of these samosas is if you fry them in oil, they're like samosas, but if you bake them in the oven or the air fryer, then they're more like pasties. They do taste good. You gotta try them. When the pastry is so soft, you can imagine they're going to be quite hard to freeze individually. But if you use the actual paratha paper, the paper that comes with the paratha that you can see here, you can freeze them individually, because the parathas have sort of 2 sheets, one on either side, so there's plenty to do 1 sheet per samosa. This makes it so much easier, and you can just take your samosas out as and when you need them, like if you just want one or if you want to take a few out. Really doesn't matter, it's so easy. And then yeah, everybody came around to my house. When I say everybody, I mean my family, and I didn't actually record much because I was so busy. My friend came over and she bought me this nice little Eid gift, and I'm gonna open it up with you and show you what's inside. And she didn't actually make the hamper herself, she had it made to order. But you know, it had everything in it that I like this oud. Who doesn't like oud? Now, come on, you gotta be crazy not to like this stuff. And this one smells so nice, and it's like, I love the size. It's so handy and compact. You can just slip it into your handbag, and it's not going to take much room. In fact, I'd like to know where she got these from, because I wouldn't mind buying a few of them in like different scents. They're just perfect to put in your handbag. And she had a couple of scarves put in it. So I really like this, because this is the colour that I like. I mean, I like black and I like beige, and this is the other colour that I absolutely love. It's just nice and plain the way I like it. And a mendi corn, of course. Yeah, anyone who knows me, they know that I love my mendi, even though I've not really been using it much lately. I don't use it for myself, to be fair, but you know, I'm always putting it on somebody. Just not been doing it much lately. And that's nail mendi. I haven't used nail mendi since I was a child, I think. And this scarf, she said to me, she says, you know what, I've told her to put plain scarves in, because I know you don't like anything on the scarves, you just like them plain. So she's like, I don't know what happened there. And that is chocolate that's really nicely wrapped up. I'm just going to open it up and see what kind of chocolate it is. And you know, chocolate is a girl's best friend. I'm sure everybody will agree with me. But yeah, it's just a plain chocolate, so I have no idea what brand that is. And let's see what else we have here. Oh, and a milk tray. Again, can't go wrong with milk tray. So that's everything in the basket, and I've opened up the scarf, and look, it actually is plain. It's just got these sort of crystals just on one end, so I can live with that. That's not too bad. And if you've got to this far of the video, if you're still watching, I would just like to say a big thank you to everybody for all of your support. I know I don't upload a lot, but thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.